In a poignant episode of her podcast Khloe in Wonderland, Khloe Kardashian delves into the tender undercurrents of family history, offering a rare glimpse into the lingering wounds of loss and the complexities of blended legacies. The 41-year-old entrepreneur and reality TV stalwart, known for her unshakable resilience and candid vulnerability, turns the spotlight on her late father Robert Kardashian Sr., and the tumultuous circumstances surrounding his final days. Amid discussions of faith and heirlooms, Khloe's voice cracks with emotion as she recounts the scarcity of mementos from her dad, a void exacerbated by the swift, controversial marriage of his third wife, Ellen Pierson, just weeks before his death. This intimate revelation, delivered with raw honesty, peels back layers of a story long whispered in tabloid lore, transforming personal grief into a universal meditation on inheritance, betrayal, and healing. Khloe's narrative begins with a stark admission: "I don't have really anything of my dad's." The words hang heavy, a lament for the tangible threads connecting her to the man who shaped her worldview. Robert Sr., the revered attorney whose defense of O.J. Simpson in the 1994 murder trial etched his name into legal and cultural history, passed on September 30, 2003, at 59 from esophageal cancer. His union with Ellen, after 3 years of courtship, lasted a mere 6 weeks. A union critics dubbed a deathbed marriage fraught with suspicion and legal fallout. Khloe doesn't mince words, alleging that Ellen took everything from us, a claim that evokes the family's scramble to reclaim fragments of their patriarch amid the haze of mourning. This isn't idle gossip, it's a daughter's reckoning with absence, where photos, letters, and trinkets, those quiet custodians of memory, were allegedly swept away in the wake of opportunism. The shadow of that era looms large, intertwined with the 2003 defamation lawsuit Ellen filed against the Kardashians, Kris Jenner, Kim, Khloe, Kourtney, Rob, and even producer Ryan Seacrest. In fiery filings, Ellen accused Kris of portraying her as a gold digger in shady deal-making, branding the matriarch a manipulative and devious mother and ex-wife who simply used and exploited her children. The suit, a bitter epilogue to Robert's life, dragged on until its dismissal in May 2014, leaving scars that Khloe's podcast revisits not for vengeance but for closure. Robert's marital history adds texture. Wed to Kris from 1978 to 1991, then briefly to Jan Ashley in 1998, annulled the next year, his bond with Ellen marked a poignant, if polarizing, finale. Through Khloe's lens, it's less about blame than the ache of what was lost. Not just possessions, but the unfiltered essence of a father whose discipline and devotion were her North Star. Enter a beacon of redemption: Kim Kardashian's $80,000 auction purchase of Robert's personal Bible, a sacred artifact gifted to O.J. Simpson during the trial and resurfaced after Simpson's 2024 death. Kim's anonymous bid, executed with stealth to avoid inflating the price, culminated in a tearful Easter reveal on the Kardashians' Hulu series. For Khloe, it's a lifeline: "It's just so cool because I barely have anything with my dad's handwriting, and the book has a personalized note. Just to see my dad's handwriting is so special to me." The volume, engraved with Robert's name, brims with annotations, folded corners marking passages that guided his mornings. Khloe recalls him rising at 5 a.m. for scripture before work, a ritual she witnessed from her childhood perch, blending awe with inspiration. "It was so inspiring to me that this man would get up every day and do that, go to work all day, be the best dad," she muses, her voice a bridge between past piety and present purpose. This Bible isn't mere relic, it's a cornerstone of Khloe's faith, locked in a safe as both treasure and talisman. The podcast episode, themed around spirituality, weaves this thread into a tapestry of belief: how Robert's devotion modeled discipline amid chaos. Kim's gesture, born from her love language of thoughtful gifting, underscores sisterly bonds forged in fire. Tricking the family into a faux prayer book reading at Easter amplified the surprise, Kim's confessional bubbling with glee over the anonymous win. Kris Jenner chimes in with maternal pride: "Kim possesses the biggest heart, a master of gestures that pierce the soul." For Khloe, it's validation that family endures beyond fracture, a counterpoint to Ellen's intrusion. Yet, the story's depth lies in its emotional strata. Khloe's candor about scarcity: "When my dad died, a woman married him weeks on his deathbed and took everything," isn't accusatory vitriol but a daughter's unvarnished truth, inviting empathy for the dispossession that ripples through generations. Robert's legacy as Simpson's confidant and family anchor was larger than life, yet his daughters grapple with its fragments. The Bible's return symbolizes reclamation, not just of an object but of narrative control. Khloe's reflections extend to broader themes: faith as fortitude, loss as teacher. Her father's early risings weren't rote. They were rebellion against entropy, a blueprint she adapts in motherhood and business, from Good American to her podcast's introspective ethos. Critics might dismiss this as Kardashian K-drama, but Khloe elevates it to elegy, humanizing a dynasty often caricatured. Ellen's lawsuit, with its barbs at Kris's exploitation, mirrors tabloid tropes, yet Khloe sidesteps score settling for introspection. The 2014 dismissal closed a chapter, but emotional ledgers linger. Kim's auction triumph, spotlighted on Hulu, dramatizes redemption. Anonymous bidding as strategy, Easter unveiling as catharsis. "That's like my speciality, that's what I love to do," Kim affirms, her generosity a quiet superpower. In Reclaiming the Bible, Khloe honors Robert's multiplicity, lawyer, father, believer, while confronting the voids Ellen's tenure carved. It's a narrative of resilience, where grief alchemizes into gratitude. As she pores over annotations, Khloe doesn't just mourn, she manifests continuity, her faith a flame kindled by his. This rare foray into stepfamily strife isn't closure's end but a portal to deeper healing, reminding us that legacies aren't hoarded but carried, in ink, in memory, in the stories we dare to tell.